when we first got our record deal, we didn't write hardly any songs at all. We had maybe 4 songs that we had written, and they weren't any good at all. And so most of our first record is covers. We have 2 originals on that. So with the second record, we really want to show our progression as artists. And
I don't think
us.
It's not even anything I think that we think about. I mean, obviously we would never go and write like, you know, a song like a Katy Perry song or, you know, all those other pop artists that I really don't know anything about that are on the radio. I mean, we're never going to go in that direction just because that's not what we're most inspired by. But our influences are so, you know, not old, but just, I mean, they were from a long time ago, and that classic sound is just, it's part of who we are. It's in our songwriter DNA, and so I feel like, you know, even without having to think about it, those influences just come in. I mean, even in all of the new songs that we've written, if you listen hard enough, you can hear a little bit of Hank and maybe a little bit of Patsy and maybe a little bit of the Everly Brothers, and you know, you do have to go forward trying to think of how to make it your own and not kind of rip anybody off, but I don't think you can help being really influenced by so many amazing people who came before us. So it's been a good process, and we've learned a lot, and we're still learning, you know, who we are and what we're going to sound like, and I'm sure it'll change from record to record, but I think it'll always be pretty rootsy, hopefully.
So long, so wrong, how we're barely hanging on by a thread. My foolish head isn't sure we can never get along. Somewhere within, a little voice is telling me to try again. I cannot find a way to say goodbye when I decide to give my heart. No longer mine. Farewell is hard. I don't believe we are better off apart. Let's see this through, 'cause I don't know how to be away from you. So stay with me. Next to you is where I'd really rather be. I cannot find a way to say goodbye when I decide to give my heart. It is no longer mine. Ooh.
Intimidating to do what we do. I mean, just because we know that we're not necessarily what Nashville is known for right now. Maybe, 50 or 60 years ago, that's what people knew Nashville as. But it's always a little intimidating to come to Nashville, especially to play a show. It's always a little nerve-wracking just because, that I think Nashville has really high standards. Whether you're listening to, pop country radio or the alternative country, like you said, anything that's coming out of here, I think Nashville's just such a music city that the standards are already just inherently high. We love the city. We think it's such a fantastic place. We love visiting. We love, being around and experiencing just the different colors in the city. But
I don't think we know where we fit in.
Oh, no, we haven't figured that out yet.
We're trying.
Yeah, it's crazy because, we kind of got our start here. I mean, we didn't ever play shows here. We didn't build up a fan base here. But what started everything for us was actually an audition at the Indigo Hotel that we just walked into completely, oblivious to everything. And I honestly, when we walked into there, we never believed that in a city like this we would have a shot at getting a record deal and then going on the road and having this kind of career start up. But for some reason there was, interest, and luckily it's been kind of an underground thing for the past few years, and maybe with the next record and the records to come, we can find where we're supposed to be in Nashville. But we love it, and like I said, it's really sacred to us, all the history, and we value that. So we love it, even though sometimes it's hard to love it.